Rogers TV welcomes you to the following presentation of the Ontario Hockey League.
What a way to spend a Sunday in the nation's capital. Maybe the morning by the Rideau Canal on a summer-like day, and the afternoon inside the Canadian Tire Centre. Welcome to First Choice Haircutters Ottawa 67's hockey. The Barber Pole is taking on the Niagra IceDogs. Lever Sage here with you in between the benches, and as we get set for this game, one of the leaders of the Ottawa 67's trying to lead by example on Friday night against the Plymouth Whalers, and that was Brendan Bell had an early period goal to give Ottawa the lead, and I'll tell you what, got in one heck of a dust-up, one of the best fights we've seen here in the OHL in a long time. Sills and Bell from Plymouth, and as we mentioned, Brendan Bell trying to lead by example. Well, another leader back in the lineup for Ottawa's Joseph Blandisi. He missed Friday night against Plymouth and basically has missed the last two games for an incident last Sunday afternoon early in the hockey game against the North Bay Battalion. On the left-hand side of your screen, hard to see, but he does slew foot the battalion player, got a match penalty. He missed all of that game and the rest of Friday night. So for Friday, it's going to be tough, and the 67's put themselves in all kinds of penalty trouble. 32 penalty minutes, 14 different infractions on the night, and Plymouth scored 2 power play goals in the game and beat the Ottawa 67's by a score of 3-2. There you saw Philippe Trudeau, the new goaltender, his first game Friday night, and he was very solid, especially in the second period when Ottawa was outshot 19-2. And he comes into this game once again as the starting goaltender. Came over from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, played for Val d'Or amongst other teams. So we send you right now to PA announcer Dan Mooney and our national anthem.
She performs our national anthem. S'il vous plaît, vous levez, enlevez vos casquettes et joignez-vous à Haley Cruz pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national.
Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command, qu'à ton bras s'est porté les payeurs, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée et plus brillant exploit. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. On God for thee.
Well, a nice job done there for our national anthem. Lever Sage in between the benches. It's Wiener Dog race day here at the Canadian Tire Centre, but no Wiener Dogs upstairs. It's Ed Hand and John Shabbat to call the game.
Oh boy, he really set us up on a pedestal right there. Thanks a lot, Lee. Our starting goaltender is brought to you by CGDgoalies.com. Stop at nothing to stop everything. And the Orleans native Brent Morin getting the start in net for the Niagara IceDogs. His first start was the opener for Niagara, and it was a 5-4 shootout victory over Mississauga. At the other end of the ice, it is Philippe Trudeau in his second game with the Ottawa 67's, and picked up from the Quebec League. And actually, I was talking to some of the scouts that are here today. They saw him in that Val d'Or PEI series and said, got yourself a goaltender there.
You know, and I think it's a great opportunity for this kid. I mean, he kind of lackadaisical himself out of the league. I think teams gave him some chances thinking he could play, and does play well. As a 20-year-old, you seem to have learned that he has a chance maybe to get something out of this in the future.
Quick shot right off the bat, no problem for Trudeau, and he hangs on to that. We'll get the face-off. Still wearing the Val d'Or mask.
The heart. Yeah. It takes a couple weeks to get a repainted or a newly painted mask and to break in some new pads and gloves. So I'm sure as the weeks progress here, you'll see him in the 67's colors. If not,
Maletta take the face off against Salutaro. Davis and Duchesne paired up defensively for Ottawa, but Niagara is still in the zone. That's blocked by Davis. Trying to get the puck out of the zone. Maletta keeps it in. That rolls on Duchesne. Comes back to the point. Long shot. Went off something in front and wide of the net. There's Maletta trying to get out front. Duchesne missing with the check, and it's Salutaro getting it out. Here's Bell. Bell at the end of his shift, sending in Fielding. And quickly, it's Graham spinning away from Fielding. He'll head off on a change. Landisi was looking for the puck, but here comes Niagara. Chip it past the defenseman, Lintuniemi. And Trudeau goes against the grain. Gustafson run over along the boards, but Ottawa come up with the puck and get it out to center. Siebennailer. He's got the blue line, and that's broken up by Lintuniemi. Takes the hit, gets it around. And the Niagara IceDogs came here throwing the body around. Here's Abu Asali trying to get something on that. It's deflected up and over. There's a pretty good shot in the corner. And on the counter, here comes Niagara. Quick shot, wide and low. Looks like nobody wants it. Kept on side. Another one, wide and low. Nobody there for a tip. 67 scrambling around their own zone here. Davis trying to get a hold of it, but Niagara keeping the pressure on. Here's Niagara. Quick shot for Hagee. Saved by Trudeau. There's a point-blank shot high over the net. Berlini in the right place. There's a couple of chances there. Trudeau tight to the post. Long shot deflected wide. Trudeau going one way, puck went the other. It just missed the far side. Now Konechny wants the puck. He's got it. Ahead. Too far for Hill. Couldn't track it down. It's going to be icing in the faceoff coming back to the Ottawa zone.
Oh, what a great start to the game for the visitors. I mean, they've put the pedal to the metal right away. It starts right here. Here you see Bell goes down deep into the corner, throws the hit against 19. Puck goes right up to his point, and now it's a fire drill. Guys are running everywhere trying to cover positions. This is a start. Deflection, puck gets through, and all of a sudden it comes out of the zone right back in. Ottawa to be effective, a team that jump, is you got to play your positions well. Let everybody do their job. Don't run around and try and do somebody else's.
Graham knocked off the puck in his own zone, and now it clears, and Graham's on it in Niagara territory. Urbanek chasing after it. And Graham being forced back by Graham. Quick passing play deep into the Ottawa zone. Niagara trying to track it down. They do. Hitting back to the point. Graham fires it wide again. Fitzmaurice couldn't hang on to it. And that shot won't get through. It's going to be Henley trying to send away his man, but out of the reach of Urbanek, and it's going to be an icing call on Ottawa.
Well, we look at the Niagara bench, guys, and there's Bill Burke and David Bell, but no Marty Williamson, head coach and GM of the IceDogs. Unfortunately for Mr. Williamson, suffering from some kidney stones and some infections from that, and as someone who's been through it, and I know everybody who has, you wouldn't wish it on your worst enemy. So we certainly wish Marty Williamson all the best, hopefully back at home being taken care of.
Oh, exactly. And we got a penalty coming now. That was Van Stralen leading with the shoulder. Delayed penalty coming to the Ottawa 67's. And the ref took it right off the bat.
Yeah, it's going to be a headshot penalty.
2 minutes.
Well, this play comes up the boards. There's going to be no penalty call or penalty happen. Watch the puck up to Gustafson. Now watch the D stick and where he's pinched. If he just throws that off the boards, the Ottawa forward has a way to get to the puck's out of the zone. The puck stays in. They end up getting, unfortunately, a shot to the head right here. Not unfortunately, he kind of aimed for the head or targeted the head, but if that puck gets out, probably no penalty against.
Verhaeghe, long shot, scores! 6 seconds, and the power play clicks for Niagara. 1-0 Ice Dogs.
Again, I think that was deflected in front and kind of dipped underneath Trudeau's glove. And that seems to be the case of most teams right now in the power plays. All they're trying to do, and it's early season power plays, get the puck to the sideboards coming off the seam or at the point and get traffic in front and just throw it there. Here you see the seam as the puck goes to the seam right here off the draw. All they do is go to the point, back to seam. Now watch the guy walks in, guy in front, boom, little deflection, pucks in the net.
Yeah. Ottawa kind of sleepwalking through the first 3:30 here, and they better get going.
And quick glove save there on Perlini by Trudeau.
And you know, that power play goal, guys, there were 3 power play goals for North Bay, who beat them 4-3 last Sunday. 2 power play goals for Plymouth last night, who beat them 3-2. And opening up with a power play goal, the 6th one they've given up this week. And that is not a good statistic when you're a team that has some young players and want to keep in games. Your penalty kill has to be better than that.
Yeah. Well, you also got to stop taking a lot of unnecessary and undisciplined penalties, too. You're putting yourself in that position anyway. Van Stralen gets it ahead. Here's Blandisi cutting it. Oh, and just out of the reach of Van Stralen. Yeah, but we've got a hooking call coming to Niagara. So Ottawa's going to the power play. And we'll see if they can even it up here. Almost 4 minutes gone in the first.
Well, Blandisi does a great job to set up this penalty. When he gets that puck in the neutral zone right here, look, he has one hand on his stick. Doesn't have to slow down to pick it up. He cradles it very well. And right here, this little play, little hook on Van Stralen, but that speed to the neutral zone will always, as we saw last game with Kaneki, sorry, it just backs defensemen off and puts a lot of fear, and that's what happened right there.
They've missed that over the last 2 games with Blandisi being out.
Thrown up the middle, and Ottawa can't get a hold of it, so Trudeau will settle it down for Nevin Guy. Guy starting out from his own zone. And here's Blandisi trying to get it across. Brought in by Gustafsson. In for Blandisi. Spins away in the corner, trying to find some room. Now Gustafsson. Ottawa trying to get the cycle going here, taking a look. Here's Konechny. Down low. And he's going into the slot. And it goes off a leg out of the reach of the youngster. Less than a minute to go on the man advantage. Blandisi puts the brakes on. Pokes it back to the point. Konechny cross ice. And Gustafsson tipped it wide of the net. And chopped away by Fitzmaurice.
Ottawa's got to stick to their program or what they're trying to teach as a team. Right now, everybody seems to be freelancing. And that looks great when it works. But a lot of times it doesn't because you end up going 1 against 1. They're not into a team concept power play at all right now.
Fielding trying to get it to Salutaro. Kept on side by Ottawa. Long shot deflected wide of the net. Bell trying to get it. There's another chance. That goes off the side of the net. Fielding digging in there. Ottawa still on the puck. Back to the point. Lutuniemi. Long shot deflected wide. Less than 10 seconds to go in the power play. Ottawa still putting the pressure on. It's going to come all the way around and down the ice, and that'll effectively kill off the Ottawa power play. Niagara 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. Sloboda gets it into the corner. Graham rubbed out in front of the Niagara bench, but he gets it in deep. Graham trying to flush his man out from behind the net. Ottawa, that's Urbanek in there. And Ottawa regains control of the puck. In deep, Moran trying to settle it down. Ottawa on, it's Urbanek. And he's got Studnicka behind the net. And Studnicka still with it. Back to the point. Guy can't get the shot through. And Niagara find the loose puck, get it out down the ice. And that will be icing. Almost 7 minutes gone here in the first. Niagara leading by 1.
Well, the power play didn't do much as far as power play goes, but it has centered the 67s a bit better, give them time to get into the game. Trudeau's likely he has no shots in the last 3.5 or 3 minutes, sorry. But so it's been good in that way. They didn't create much off it, but they have created a bit of momentum, and they're now spending some time in the offensive zone.
McCool lugging the puck, dishing off to Maleta. Try the three-way play, and Ottawa able to break that up. Niagra, though, keeping it in the zone. Hill using his big body to get it ahead. Here's Abu Asali. Abu Asali with it. And that goes through the slot. Nobody home. Hill now. Rubbed off the puck by Graham. Mercer gets it ahead, and here's Maleta. Robinson is in there as well, and shot right on Trudeau. He'll hang on. We'll get a face-off. Ottawa still without a shot on net as we get closer to the midway point of the first period. Tough to score that way.
Owen's doing a good job of attacking the width of the ice, too. You can see every time they come up, they'll bring the pucks through at the line or just inside. They'll push it wide. So they draw the D to the middle, put it outside, so with a wide speed, they've got a couple shots off that. And through that, they're getting net drives, they're getting traffic in front, they're getting some rebounds and creating confusion.
Van Strollen cross ice. Now here's Blandisi, split the D, and Gustafson couldn't get the shot away. In to help is Van Strollen. And Blandisi tried to feed it through the defenseman's legs. It spins away from him, still with it. Quick shot right on, Moran with the save. And couldn't get the rebound though. Kulovic gets it out of the zone and it rolls deep into the Ottawa territory, and Evan Guy looking for some room, gets it up to Gustafson, but loses it at the blue line. Wilkie. And hitting. And Wilkie driving for the front of the net, trying to get that pass through. And broken up by Ottawa. 67's on the counter. And you got Fielding driving for the front. Fielding. Shot scores! It's those simple plays, just drive the front of the net. We're tied at 1.
Well, it starts back in the defensive zone. They break the puck out cleanly. And what they start doing, what they weren't doing earlier, was they use their speed ride. Watch the speed coming here as we got a very good middle drive by Fielding and a nice delayed pass from the outside by Salaturo. This is all set up on that breakout. With speed, the more they use their speed and what they have, the 67s, the more Owen Sound has been backing off. Shit.
Okay. Wow. So Niagra trying to get out of the zone, and Fielding is Salutaro creating some havoc here. Now Salutaro backing in. Bell behind the net, and he's got the puck. To the point. Duchesne. Long shot right on. Moran steers it up into the mesh. Face-off stays in the IceDogs zone. There's Fielding's third of the season.
Brendan Bell's always trying to get under somebody's skin. He did it pretty well against the Plymouth here on Friday night. That's how he's going to lead by example up front for Ottawa.
He was a good pickup for the Ottawa 67s.
Oh, he is an ornery player, to say the least.
Well, you like it when you're, the guys who can score goals also can help defend the smaller players as well. Studnicka trying to get out of the corner. Kulovic all over him. Here's Graham trying to get something towards the front of the net. Bouncing puck in the slot, and Niagra get a hold of it. And they're away. It's McCool. And Davis just takes him to the boards. Duchesne gets it ahead quickly. End of a shift for Urbanek, so he'll just get it in deep. Niagara's going to start out from their own zone. And here's McCool. He's across center. He's got the blue line. And that'll go through the crease. Couldn't catch up to it. He battles in the corner. But Ottawa comes up with it. Here's Hill. Sending away Abu Asli. He chips it past the defenseman. Abu Asli going after it. Wilkie rings it around. Konechny picks it off. Konechny with it still. Into the corner. Hill Quick shot off the side of the net. Abu Astley in there battling for it along with Hill. Comes up to the point, and Lemon able to get it out, but he loses it at center to Nevin Guy. And here's Hill in Niagara territory, still battling for it, and kept onside by Ottawa. Nice job by Abu Astley. Not the crispest of passes, but still in the zone. Guy trying to get it at the front, broken up by Knott. He'll dump it in. And icing waved off. Ottawa's got some fresh legs out. Niagara as well. Here's Blandisi down the near boards, poked away by Hughes. And quick shot right on, and Trudeau has it. And we got a penalty coming as well with 8:49 to go in the first and tied at 1. Let's go down to ice level. And Lieber Sage.
Well, thanks very much, Ed. And there you see Brett Moran, Ottawa native, played his minor midget hockey right here in the city. Had a chance to catch up with him before the game, and you know, he said he was pretty excited. He was tweeting about this game all week. And there's, of course, Jacob Blair. He's on the bench today for Ottawa, but also a homegrown Ottawa goaltender in this game. And we see a couple of local boys between Moran last year, played 19 games with a 4.26 goals against and 872 save percentage. And right around him was Jacob Blair, played more games, but basically the same numbers. So one played for the 67's, one played for the Senators minor midget teams. But you love to see homegrown goaltenders coming through. And I think tough here is the goal again. Taylor Fielding scores. It was the second shot, but Ottawa didn't have a shot for the first 8.5 minutes of the game. So you got a young kid, a hometown kid coming in. He's all excited. Just let me touch the puck. He doesn't touch the puck for 8 minutes, and then one of the first shots go in against him. And that's probably a tough way to start. But for Brett Moran, you know, he's been looking forward to this game all week long. And here's the penalty, way too easy going to the net. Nevin Guy gives him a hack, and that's why he's in the box.
Back to the point, Mercer winds, fires, and Trudeau sees it. Trudeau free ship.
Yeah, one thing Phillips will have to do a little bit better is with the traffic in front, you have to get up to that screen better and find the puck. Right now he's hoping the puck hits him because he's a big guy. He's got to start moving his head from side to side, look around the screen, pick the puck up.
Well, it probably will hit him. He's 6'6".
But twice it hasn't.
No, I know.
Niagara trying to come out all alone, Mercer, and he missed the net. Point blank in front, nobody there.
Just once, Johnny.
Just missed the net.
But no, you're right. I mean, he's almost too calm. Like he's so calm that it's, I'm sure, a good influence on a lot of the defensemen. He doesn't look like he's panicking at all, but sometimes you're waiting for him to get to the puck.
Yeah.
Howie just wide open for all that time. Now Mercer goes for Hagee, cross ice. Fan on it, saved by Trudeau. And it's cleared away by Duchesne, but not out of the zone. Back to the point. Mercer broken up by Ottawa. They find this team and get it out and down the ice. That was Bell. So Moran will leave it for Graham. Up the middle. Verhage gets the blue line. And in the slot, scores! DeFrucia. And it's a power play goal. 2-1 Niagara.
A little bit of a broken play as that puck. Niagara's done a good job of finding that seam a couple times. This is for the third or fourth time they've done it. And on that broken play, Trudeau hesitates a bit, thinking that his team has it. And is not really prepared. He's deep in his net. He ends up moving back. The shot comes through and beats him glove side as he thought that deflection, pucks to the Ottawas. He relaxed a bit. Right to Niagara player and short side in.
There's Urbanek. Using his speed. Keeps it pressure on Ottawa behind the net. Right into the slot. And Graham just out of his reach. Davis still puts it through the slot. Nobody home. Robinson for Niagara trying to dig it out, but it's Urbanek with it. Urbanek battling. Trying to get that shot away, can't. And now Makulovich couldn't clear the zone. Second effort will be Robinson chipping it ahead. but it's swatted away by Davis, and then he cuts off McCool. On the other side, Maleta's there waiting. And again, Niagara applying pressure. Davis trying to get it out of the zone, and it's dug out by Ottawa, and that'll go deep into Ice Dog territory. Wilkie on it. Wilkie winding up, long pass for Robinson. Nice anticipation right at the blue line. Guy staying tight to him. At the point, Wyans fires. Loose puck, steered away. At the point, still with it. Another shot. Went off a stick and wide of the net. Abu Asali gets it ahead. Konechny can't get past the defenseman. In there's Hill looking for it. And Abu Asali can't track it down. Konechny almost got it back. And Hanley with a nice hit there on Fitzmaurice. Hill with a back pass. Abu Asali by himself. Graham takes it away. He's got a head of speed. He's across center, and then that's broken up by Abu Asali. And sends in Blandisi looking for the puck. Van Strolin in there as well. Almost a giveaway. Scores! It was a giveaway. Christmas comes early. We're tied at 2.
Well, the Niagara defenseman handcuffs himself. He's a right-handed shot, and as he steps out to the front of the net, he's only got one way he can go. Blandisi reads that right away, puts his stick right in the passing lane, knocks that puck off his stick and tucks it short, just past the goalie's glove. But as he comes out from behind, he doesn't have to skate in front of his own net. He can make there's a teammate his waiting on just the rim around the boards. He just makes a bad decision and pays dearly for it.
And he's a veteran, Jesse Graham, played for a long time. You don't expect things like that out of him.
No kidding. It's funny when you look down the lineup and you remember how powerhouse this team was last year. And Graham and Mercer, Verhaeghe.
Yeah, and
three of the names that I remember.
For Brett Moran again, I mean, all of a sudden he's leaving the puck. He's just getting back in his net. Doesn't expect his defenseman to come out. He's deep in his net there on that goal. So Ottawa going back to the penalty kill again. A high sticking penalty there by Troy Henley at the end. And boy, guys, it's the last 10 goals the Ottawa 67's given up. 7 have been on the power play for the other team. One's been an empty net, so it doesn't take much to figure out what's hurting them right now.
Yeah, no kidding. And Ottawa gets a hold of that puck and out and down the ice. Moran will settle it down. And Graham's going to start from behind his own net. The Ice Dogs with a couple of power play goals already. Kept to the outside. Perlini looking for room. Back to the point. Mercer, sideboards. Verhaeghe now into the corner. Perlini from the corner. He's got traffic in front coming in. That's deflected up over the net and into the mesh. Got a couple of Ice Dogs in front of the net creating a screen.
They did a very nice job. They were setting the puck up where they wanted to have it set up. They went down the left-hand side. They held up, went D to D. The D walked a bit, threw it to an open area, let his forward skate onto it, and they were set up on the right-hand side, and from that got a pretty good scoring chance.
Davis rings it around as Fielding was able to tip it deep. And way up on the forecheck. And Siebennailer will have to start. Send his man away. That was Verhaeghe. Could not get past the blue line. And Siebennailer will have to start it out again. Davis takes a look, and he'll just dump it right down on Moran. 45 seconds left to go in the Niagara power play. Quick shot right on. That was Perlini, and Trudeau up at the edge of the blue paint. Sucks it into his stomach and just hangs on.
Coming up in our first intermission, there you see on the right, that's Fred Parker, former Carleton Raven men's hockey coach, now a scout with the Calgary Flames. John Stanton on the left, senior, has been in the game forever. He used to be a scout for a long time with the LA Kings, but Fred will be along to talk about, well, the Flames made a deal last night for Joe Colburn from the Leafs and how that affects Sean Monahan.
Whoa, well, that'll be interesting. Holding the call. And Van Stralen taken right into the Niagara netminder. But that's what he's got to do. Use his big body, drive the front of the net. If he's going to make him take you down. And he did.
He makes that play in the neutral zone. Instead of trying to beat the guy, he chips it by him and then uses right here. He uses his speed and his strength to get by him. Once you get that step, especially in that situation, you take that hand off your stick, you're going to get called for something. Sure enough, it's called for a hold.
So Siebeniehler in the box for 2 minutes or less. It's 4-on-4, and then Ottawa will have a power play for 1:36. Konechny, oh, that's deflected just wide. He just spun and fired. And it went off something in front. Mercer. And he'll just send away Graham. Swoboda ties up Maleta. A loose in front. Graham got alone, but he misfired at the side of the net. Penalty now over. Ottawa now with the power play. Hiddink in the corner for Niagara, trying to come out front with a shot poked away by Konechny. And here's Konechny trying to get away. Hill's on it for Ottawa, deep in Niagara territory, still with it. And in to help out, Gustafsson takes down his man, Salvatore, and spun away by Niagara, but Ottawa in the neutral zone, back on that puck. And Van Stralen bringing it in. Here's Van Stralen trying to get the shot through, still bouncing. Loose in the front, and Moran grabs a hold of it and hangs on.
Well, you thought maybe that power play for Niagara might have broken a little bit of the momentum Ottawa had because they scored so quickly and taken another penalty right after, but they've gotten right back on their horse. Again, good sign, spending some time in the offensive zone.
Long shot just wide. Van Stralen behind the net. Now Blandisi, top of the slot. Salvatore drifting towards the front of the net and into the corner. Van Stralen still in front, stick down on the ice along with Gustafsson. Shot from the point, goes off a leg and wide. Ottawa keeping the pressure on. Time becoming an issue. Salvatore tried to get the shot through the legs. Second shot had his stick lifted. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Blandisi got the equalizer for Ottawa. Last few seconds ticking away of this power play. Blandisi behind the net trying to get a hold of it. And at the point, just as Siebeniehler comes out, he can join the play, and slowly going off. Aaron Hayden of Niagara, he's limping. He's going right to the dressing room. Didn't see what happened there, but Hayden's gone to the dressing room for Niagara. Sent out front and broken up nicely by Ottawa. Kept in by DeFruscia. Evan Guy takes a look. Weak pass to Bell, trying to send away Konechny. Bell dish it back to his defenseman. They'll try and dump it in again. Just over a minute to go here in the first period. Stolen by Bell. Oh, he centered it, and on the wrong hand was Konechny. He had a wide open net as Moran had left the net. Back at the point. They go off the backboards. In from the point. Davis keeping it in. Fielding. And Konechny looking for it, coming up with it. Hughes. And Niagara just get it out to the neutral zone. Brought in by Robinson. Still with, he's got a man in front, it's Hughes. And Duchesne throwing the body around in the corner, trying to separate the man from the puck. In there digging as well, Konechny and Robinson. Hughes had his stick lifted at the last second. On a scrambly play in the Ottawa zone.
It's about 3 men down, everyone looking to the referee and no one putting their hand up.
Well, they got tired from Friday, so. Well, that was an entertaining first period.
It really was. We're talking about the Hayden lad who limped off the ice. Well, on the power play, Salvatore walks off the boards. You see, gets the pass here. Comes through again, and as he walks through the middle, he hits Hayden with a shot right in the ankle. Right here, you'll see it. Boom, right inside leg. Now, play goes out of the zone. He's struggling to get up. Now watch as the play comes right back in the zone. He's on one leg. Ottawa player winds up to shoot. He straightens up and tries to block it again. Puck goes out. He limps off, and there he is right there, still trying to get ready or taking the skate off, getting some ice on it. I mean, that's a little bit of dedication to the game right there.
One period in the books here at the Canadian Tire Center. We're tied at 2 between Ottawa and Niagara. You're watching First Choice Haircutters Ottawa 67's hockey on Rogers TV.
Welcome back into the Canadian Tire Center after one period of play. It's the Niagara IceDogs and the Ottawa 67's all tied up at 2 apiece. So with me right now, Joseph Landisi, and although he's taking Dodger in the Wiener Dog race coming up in the second period, more focused about being back on the ice here and making a difference. I'm sure nice to be playing and not watching the game in a suit.
Yeah, for sure. Felt a little bit of the last 2 games was my fault. We had 4 points decided by 1-goal games. Felt like I could have helped in. So I'm trying to do my best to help the guys win a game here.
You mentioned you had the game winner on Friday night, last Friday night against the Belleville Bulls, took the penalty against North Bay. How difficult is it as one of the leaders kind of watching the game from afar like that?
It's really tough, you know, when you let your teammates, it's one of the worst feelings in hockey. So I'm just trying to do my best to bounce back here and help us get 2 points tonight.
Well, the good news is here, making a difference in period number 1, driving to the net, causing one of the penalties in the period, and then you get yourself a little bit of a gift, but from some hard work after a turnover in front of the Niagara zone.
Yeah, a couple bounces going my way, which thankful for. We're just going to keep working hard, and hopefully the bounces keep coming our way.
Well, here we're just watching your goal as Jesse Graham comes out in front of the net and kind of gives it to you. But, you know, when you have a young team like this, and obviously you were here at the end of last year, you know, playing these 1-goal games and being one of the leaders, a difficult position, but I'm sure one that you, guys like Ryan Van Stralen, Taylor Fielding, Brett Gustafson, relish a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Whenever you get a chance to be a leader on a team, it's a huge honor, especially with a great organization like Ottawa. So we're just trying to do our best, lead the younger guys. They've been good so far, listening, always attentive, and we're excited about that. So I think we got a good year coming up, and we're pretty excited about our team.
Tell us about some of the youngsters. We talk a lot about Travis Konechny, who's played a lot of minutes in the last couple of games with you not in the lineup. But when you have a guy like that, and certainly has the speed that you do as well, nice to have a youngster that you can kind of take under your wing.
Oh, for sure. He's a great kid, great in the dressing room, and obviously amazing on the ice. He's always willing to learn. He's very humble about himself, which is good to see, and he's going to be a great player one day.
Joseph Landisi, thanks for joining us. Good luck in periods 2 and 3.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
There goes Joseph Landisi back in the lineup and making a difference. He has the game-tying goal. Ottawa and Niagara all tied up at 2 after 1 here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to the Canadian Tire Centre here in Ottawa. It's the hometown 67's tied up with the Niagara IceDogs 2-2 after 1 period of play. Now, we showed them in the crowd in the first intermission, and you were looking good in the crowd. Fred Parker, former men's coach of the Carleton Ravens hockey team and now a scout with the Calgary Flames organization. And Fred, we brought you on for a number of reasons, but certainly all the fans watching want to know, Sean Monahan, you had a hand obviously in the 6th overall pick from this year and how he's doing so far in camp. We'll talk about a trade that might affect him in a minute.
Yeah, well, I can only speak to the time I was out there in Penticton at the rookie tournament, and he did very, very well for a younger player. We played in a tournament out there with about 4 other organizations, and he handled it very well. So from that point on, he's been on his own. I've been back here, but the reports I'm getting is he's still continuing to play very well. Doesn't matter that he's playing against men now.
One of the things that you had a chance to do is be around him all year long last year and even the year before, being here in the Ottawa area. What are some of the characteristics of Sean that you think would lend himself to staying in the National Hockey League?
Well, there's a couple of things. I mean, obviously the character of a guy like that was in a situation like the Ottawa 67's were in last year and didn't call his agent, didn't cry and complain, and he stuck it through, and he led the team every night he was on the ice. He was probably the best player on the ice. So that number one character was that was huge. Number two, I think the little things that he does. He's always on the right side of the puck. He he plays the game the way it's meant to be played. He doesn't cheat offensively. He just plays it at a mature level, and I think that lends him well when he plays with better players. He's going to be able to manage that.
I won't ask you specifically about Sean, but just about players that are drafted at 18 years of age and maybe have a chance to go through some development still in junior, like playing at the World Juniors, like playing on teams that might have a chance to go in long playoff runs. The benefit of that as opposed to staying in the National Hockey League. You've seen both sides over the course of your career.
Yeah, I think it's different for every individual. Some are more ready early. Some take a little bit longer. Some it's a physical maturity, size-wise. You see some guys at camp and you know right away they're not going to be able to make it just because of their frail shape and form, So it's different on every one. You'd like the guys to get as much experience as they possibly could, so when they step in, they play the role that you want them to play at that level. If that's earlier, that's up to a guys a lot smarter than me.
Now, away from Sean, the number 6 pick, Calgary also had 2 other picks in that first round, including Emile Poirier, who plays for the Gatineau Olympique, sent back. Maybe tell us a little bit about his development as well.
Yeah, I was over to see Emile last night. Emile is one of those players that just got better and better all last year. Every time you went out and saw him, he works hard. He's strong on the puck, and he's very, very quick. We were joking last night that by the middle of the third, he hadn't had a breakaway yet. Normally he gets a breakaway about every game because he's so smart and jumps on pucks. He's just a guy that, you know, he rose up our chart all year long, and he brought it when the team needed it, and he seems to be doing very well over there since he's been back.
Well, they must be listening to you a lot with a couple of local picks in the first round last year. Fred Parker, appreciate your time. Thanks very much. Continued success with the Flames organization.
Thank you very much.
There goes Fred Parker, also formerly, of course, of Carleton. There's been a lot of hits in this game, and here are some of them. 4 goals as well. Ottawa Niagara tied up at 2 after 1 on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Ottawa 67's hockey on Rogers TV. The out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Holiday Inn. Everything you need for a great stay. Scott Kosmachuk, Jason Dickinson have scored for Guelph. They lead the London Knights at 2-1 in the first period. 1-1 Plymouth and Kingston, 2-2 Sudbury and Mississauga. And those are your games so far. Let's get to the highlights of period number 1. And there were a lot of them as the Niagara IceDogs on the power play go to the net. Carter Verhaeghe gets the goal, but Taylor Fielding comes right back. Nice pass from Dante Salaturo. Makes it 1-1, but right back to the power play and right back to the Niagara IceDogs again here on the power play. And then it will be Jesse Graham coming in front of the net, and Joseph Landisi picks his pocket for the goal. 2-2 after 1 period of play. We look at our first period scoring summary. I mentioned it was Verhaeghe, it was DeFruscia who scored on the power play. Both goals, in fact, for Niagara. Taylor Fielding his third, and Joseph Landisi his second. Niagara out shooting Ottawa 13-6 here in period number 1. And as the two teams come back out on the ice, Ed Hand and John Chabot, 13-6, the shots on goal. I think the Niagara IceDogs might feel a little bit, well, less fortunate to be tied at 2. Ottawa's got to feel pretty good about themselves after being outplayed in period number 1.
Yeah, that they were, but you know, it just seems, you know, we've got two young teams here, and the Blandisi goal is a perfect example of it, just coming out from behind your net and the wrong direction, bang, next thing you know, you're all tied up at 2. But, you know, again, here we look at Philippe Trudeau. 2 power play goals against him, not really his fault. Again, a deflection in front, just like in the Plymouth game on Friday night. But in talking to some folks downstairs before the game, I think Ottawa's got themselves a netminder that can sort of stabilize the back end so the young guys can sort of, you know, get their legs underneath them and get the whole train moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you look for in the situation that they're in. I mean, they're not expected to go far this year. If they make the playoffs, that's a big step forward. So they want somebody who's going to be able to make this stop for them. Not the big stop every time, but just make the stop. And so far, he's done that for them, and he can continue on. And they like I said, they found themselves somebody they can use for the rest of the year. But like you, Lee, I agree that the fact that Niagra must be a little, not so much down, but, you know, 13 6 shots and dominated play at times, especially the first 7 or 8 minutes. And that's a 2-2 tie because they made 2. That 1 second goal was an absolute brain cramp. And then, you know, so they kind of stuck themselves into this game the way it is now.
Well, that's where they look to the players like Graham and Mercer and Verhaeghe. You've been around for a while. They know what it takes to win, and it'll be up to them to lead the young ones away. We'll have to do the face-off again. Maletta and Blandisi tangle up. It's Robinson and Blandisi. And now we're underway for the second period.
Finally.
Just in case you didn't know.
The IceDogs are screaming.
Gustafson in front, shot! Couple of rebounds, loose puck, side of the net. Oh, what a chance for Ottawa right there. Gustafson and Van Stralen on the doorstep. That's stopped down the ice, and will it go for, yes, it goes for icing. And a face-off coming back, but Niagara real lucky not to be now trailing. Hey, look here, Gustafson. Quick shot, right on Van Stralen there, trying to get it to the front of the net, trying to dig it out.
That's a start they wanted in the first. It's good, you know, like we've said, it's a 2-2 game. It's anybody's game still, so let's play these 2 periods as well as we can.
Davis keeps it into the point, Graham in the corner. And he'll try and ring it around Robinson, can't track it down. Icing waved off. Yeah, it's a foot race. McCool coming after Duchesne. And McCool there, and to help out's Robinson. Maletta's in front in the slot. And Ottawa get it out through center. Van Stralen's going to bring it in. Dishing off. Gustafson couldn't hang on to it. Blandisi tried to get it to the point. Nobody home. Here comes Niagara. Verhaeghe with Perlini crossing in front, heading for the front, broken up by Ottawa. Here's Blandisi, gave it to Gustafson. Here's Gustafson, shot right on, rebound, another chance, and it goes into the corner. A couple of nice saves there by Moran. Long shot, that's deflected in front. And now Verhaeghe for Niagara gets that puck ahead. DeFruscia, you got the equalizer, and that's deflected wide. Lintuniemi can't clear the zone. And DeFruscia chips it back to the point. Long shot deflected just wide. Sloboda tries to clear the zone. Kept onside by Niagara. Go for the deflection in front. Verhaeghe missed. Shot from the point. Wilkie right on. Trudeau with the save. Rebound. And Ottawa get it ahead. And here's Van Stralen. End of his shift. Chips it in deep. IceDogs go chasing after it. And here's Salutaro looking for it. Cleared out all the way down the ice. Trudeau will settle it down for Henley. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the second period. 67's with a little more offensive punch to start it off. Shot right on. Moran with a save. And we'll get a face-off in Niagara territory.
Well, you look at how scoring chances are created in here. Carry the puck across the line. At the end of a shift, you have a change going off. 2 guys going off, in fact. D has joined the rush. All of a sudden, here's the result. Turn the puck over. Your goalie has to make not just 1 save, but the second save on the driving Ottawa player to keep this at a 2-2 game. You got to play the game to your abilities. If you've been on the ice a minute, you don't want to force that play line unless it's a given play. If you're chancing it, turnover, you'll have tough time getting back.
Here's Fitzmaurice, gets it in deep. It gets past Trudeau. And Fielding couldn't clear the zone. Hughes. Now Hooding Hitting, quick shot right on. Trudeau has it. And we got a face-off.
You look at Trudeau here. I mean, look at him. He goes down quick. The shot is high. It's from the top of the circles. He's going down already. He's a butterfly, but even going to his knees, he's 6'6". He still covers the top of it. If you got a 5'10" guy in there, that might go over his shoulder. But he's 6'6". He's still big enough to cover the top of the net, even when he goes down too quick.
Konechny looking for that puck. Davis in there to help him out. Duchesne tries to ring it around. Shot right on. Trudeau has it. And Berg is in there looking for it.
And one of the pitfalls and the things that a lot of goaltending coaches are changing now, they're trying to go to that hybrid butterfly where the puck comes through, grab it instead of letting it hit you. Because sometimes to let it hit you, it sneaks through that hole. And that's been Trudeau's problem in his other teams who are stitting the cues, that puck slide through under his arms, through his legs. So I think as a goalie coach and what they've been teaching, what going to teach him is how to use his hands a bit better.
Why is everything hybrid these days?
Yeah, I was what?
Icings, goaltending, cars.
Abu Astley almost split
The word of the day.
And Ottawa keeping the pressure on Konechny in there as well. Abu Astley trying to dig it out. Konechny, it's underneath him.
Word for in between a whole lot of things.
Hale tackles up his man, but here's Abu Astley. Can't get the shot away. Siebennailer can't clear it. Here's Abu Astley back with it again to the point. Nevin Guy down low. And Konechny just dumped it back in. Niagra on it. And here come the IceDogs. Lemon into the corner. Ottawa there first. And Henley takes the tag team hit, but he's able to get it ahead, and it's cleared out. Studnicka trying to track it down. Wilkie takes a look. Pass up the middle nicely. Here's Moletta. Lost the handle. Berg trailing. And broken up by Ottawa. Here's Studnicka. Chips it in. Graham going after it for Ottawa. Got Urbanek in the corner. Spinning away from Wilkie. Helping out is Graham. And hand pass the call. So face-off stays in the Niagara zone.
He's calling a penalty.
Oh, I thought he said it was hand pass, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're allowed a hand pass. Defense. Here's Travis Konechny here. Defense, you like to see young kids, especially coming into the league, work both ends of the rink properly. There, he's down deep, center in position, steals the puck, and from that they get a hybrid breakaway. They get a half breakaway.
Hybrid breakaway.
Through the neutral zone.
Oh, boy.
What have we done to John
You
Chabot?
opened up Pandora's box.
Well, somebody beside me wrote, do we have a hybrid reporter between the benches? That was from Johnny Fever, so I don't know where that comment comes from. This is what you like to see, right? Well, not the puck, but the teaching that goes on between the benches. That whiteboard is a very important tool for a coach, especially in this situation with the 67's.
Nice move there by Perlini and missed the net. Going coast to coast and losing it. Nevin Guy shot off the post. Verhaeghe with an opportunity, shorthanded. Now the 67's. Spent 31 seconds of the power play in their own zone. They get it in deep. Gustafson looking for it. Battling with Graham. Van Strollen in there as well. Salvatore trying to track it down. Gets it back to the point. And Salvatore into the corner. Gustafson, Van Strollen behind the net. No one in front yet, though. Drop it behind the net. Salvatore, side door. Shot. And Moran pokes it away. Couldn't smother it. Salvatore gets it back. Guy was going to sneak in. Now Van Strollen in front. Shot just wide. Put it back out front. Nobody home. Verhaeghe on the puck. 45 seconds to go in the Ottawa power play. And Verhaeghe kept to the outside. Landisi ties him up, and now Ottawa on the loose puck in their own zone. 35 seconds in the power play. Long bomb. And Bell able to touch it onside. And there's Graham looking for it. And it's cleared out by Niagara. Landisi. being chased by DeFrucia. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. And some changes for Ottawa. Ahead for Fielding. Fielding, shot right on, loose puck. Fielding, oh, he couldn't get the shot away. He was on his backhand. Penalty over to Wilkie. Quick shot wide of the net. And Lintuniemi races in to keep it onside. Lintuniemi again kept it onside. Now it gets past him. And here comes Niagra. And Bell and Fielding racing to get back and take away the odd man. And that gets past the defenseman. And Fielding thought about it, but there's no way he was going to catch up. And that'll go for icing face-off coming back to the IceDogs zone. Just about 7 minutes gone here in the second period, all tied up at 2.
Well, let's go back to the penalty because I want to show you guys one of the new rules this year in the league is you cannot put your hand on top of the puck and shovel it to a teammate. They've changed the rules in the NHL. They've changed the rules in the Ontario Hockey League. And a nice call there by the referee. And I like to be able to say that. Nice call by Sean Reed, the referee, because that is one of the new rules that you are not allowed to do that in the face-off circle that we saw and in your own zone, shoveling it like that to a teammate, even though you're not putting your hand completely closing the puck.
You can push it, but you can't cover it. So if you had to put his hand on the ice and just kind of pushed it, it would have been fine. But once you put it over top.
Well, yeah, if you put your hand on top of the puck and shovel it, even though you're not closing it, you're not allowed to do that anymore.
And I can see that because the NHL players, as we know, try and push the limits of the rules as much as they can. And they were at times grabbing it, covering it, and playing a shell game and then passing it to their teammate. So I guess they're just trying to get rid of that.
Well, some repairs being done here in the crease of Brent Moran. Wow. And there you go. And there's Zach Wilkie, second rounder. Quick shot from Hill over the net, comes back out front trying to track it down. Ottawa, and that gets over the defenseman. Now here's Maleta. And good defensive move there by Ottawa. Studnicka lost the handle. Urbanek's going to bring it in. Here's Urbanek. Waiting for help, still with it, into the corner for Hill. And it takes a weird bounce off the corner, and Niagara to get a hold of that puck and out of the zone. Maleta's going to drive the front, can't get the pass to him. Into the corner he goes, and Davis is there to meet him. Robinson, and Studnicka's on him. There's Hill. Stopped at the blue line, so Duchesne will pitch it back to Davis, and they'll try and set it up again. Here's Studnicka with it. They get it into the zone, following up. Ottawa unable to keep it in. And here comes Niagara. Hughes with ahead of steam, trying to get to the front. And Duchesne got his big shoulder in there and knocked him off the puck. Didn't get much of a shot. And Gustafson will get it in deep. Van Strawling in deep with Zach Wilkie. That's Aaron Hayden. That's good news for Niagara. We saw him limping off there late in the first, and back on the ice again. Hughes, and that's broken up. Here's Blandisi with Gustafson and Van Strawlen joining the rush. 3-on-2. Gustafson couldn't get the shot through. And they battle to keep it in, but he'll get past the point. Here's Fitzmaurice, former Kingston Frontenac. Van Strawlen chips it ahead for Blandisi. He's got Gustafson with him. Blandisi tried to make a couple of moves in the slot. Kept to the outside though. Bell, he'll give it back. Back to the point. And Sloboda just keeps it in. Close to the midway point of the second period here. Tied at 2. And Niagara gets it out of the zone. Fitzmaurice, weak shot behind the net. Henley's going to get there for Ottawa. And the pass ahead. Try to track it down is Fielding. And to help out Salutaro. He gets it in deep. Moran out to settle it down, and Graham is on it. He'll take the bump. Comes to the point. Evan Guy keeps it onside. Bell for Fielding. And joining with Salutaro. Lost the handle. Graham trying to clear the zone. Henley kept it in. Another shot. Off the post. Through Moran and off the post. Evan Guy shot. Glove save. Brent Moran. And we got to the midway point here of the second period. 9:59 to go in a 2-2 game. Niagara and Ottawa. Let's get down to ice level. Lever Sage.
Well, thanks very much, guys. And first, let's look at the post. Dante Salutaro hits to the left side. But if you're looking for familiar names for the Niagara IceDogs, Ryan Strome, Brett Ritchie, Dougie Hamilton, they've had a number of great players go through, and they will again. But right now, a lot of veteran leadership missing from the team. You see how many points they are missing just with those three guys gone from last year. So it's a very young Niagara IceDogs team, and Marty Williamson not here today, but all organizations go through different rebuilds, and we're seeing some of the young players here today, like Brett Moran in goal, getting more time. And you know, when organizations, we saw Ottawa a couple of years ago, and they made that run against Niagara, both teams were kind of on the same cycle, and coming into this game, you have Ottawa with one win. Niagara doesn't have a win yet this year, so they're obviously on the same cycle, kind of rebuilding the organizations that go every 3 or 4 years.
Kept in at the point. And Bell just kicks it behind the net. Now Siebenaler gets it ahead for Hagee. And he'll lose it. It rolls into the Ottawa zone, and Sloboda and Perlini. Lintuniemi able to dig it up and get it ahead. Bell for Lintuniemi, drops it back. Now it's in deep. Fielding racing after it. Graham quickly gets rid of it, and nobody at the point for Ottawa. Moran wants to play it ahead to Brucia. He'll chip it out to center. Here's Abu Astley, picked it off in the neutral zone. Abu Astley with it, still with it, put it back out front. Oh, and Hill couldn't get a shot away. Nice job by Abu Astley to get something created. Now Perlini kept to the outside by Duchesne. And the loose puck will roll behind the net. Davis will get a chance for Ottawa. Hill chips it past the point man. Here's Hill. Got crossing in front, couldn't hang on to it. And to help out him is Konechny, then he lost the handle. Niagara on the puck. It's Maletta. Got traffic heading for the front of the net. That goes off of Trudeau, rolls to the point. Robinson put it in front, deflected just wide. Nikulovic tried to tip it in front. There's a shot from the point. Glove saved by Trudeau. And he hangs on.
A little line switching going up by the Ottawa coach Chris Byrne, trying to get his lines back intact. He's finally done that over the last 6 or 7 minutes. We saw a couple different combinations, and I mean it's been an interesting game how it started to how it's got to this point right now. Ottawa back in the game now, 14 shots, 19. They were down 8-0 at one point in time, and they're starting to get more or less put their game into place, what they wanted to see from the get-go.
Here's Graham chasing after it. Helping out Urbanek. Urbanek's been all over the ice so far. Tipped in front, didn't get much on it, but still battling to keep that puck in the zone. It's cleared out by Niagara. And Henley on it for Ottawa. Smartly off the glass, and it's picked up by Urbanek at center. And he's got Studnicka heading for the front. Urbanek, Wilkie tangles up with him. Graham looking for, throws the body around nicely. Now Urbanek trying to get a hold of it behind the net. Wilkie will try and clear. Picked up by Hughes. Here's Hughes. He's got Fitzmaurice in the zone as well. Fitzmaurice behind the net. Hughes in the slot. Niagara get it back to the point. Long shot right on. Trudeau has it. He'll hang on.
Well, we showed guys in the last whistle, Blake Siebenaler.
Siebenaler.
Now, I was talking to him before this period started. A 15th round pick by the Niagara IceDogs and Marty Williamson. And guys that you don't ever think will be a part of your organization, and all of a sudden you draft a guy and he says, you know what, I'll come play for you, a 17-year-old, and has made the team and already 3 assists. And you love to see those kind of stories. I asked him if he knew if there were any other 15th round picks in the league, and he said, I don't think so.
Blandisi waiting for the trailer and unable to keep it in was Duchesne. So Ottawa will try it again. Brought in, it's Gustafsson. That shot into the corner. Van Stralen still with it, trying to get it out front off the back of the net. And it dug out by Hughes. Fitzmaurice chips it through Davis. Here's Fitzmaurice, shot and a save by Trudeau. There's a chance and whiffing on it in the slot. And Van Stralen tried to send away Gustafsson. Davis on it for Ottawa. And we say Blandisi a step in offside, so we'll get a face off in the neutral zone. 6:17 to go here in the second period, tied at 2.
Okay, tough play for the Ottawa defenseman there, because once that puck gets by you, if the player is not within a certain length, you can't touch him. It becomes a foot race. The Niagara player going forward has the advantage, gets the puck, good save by Drew to keep this game at a 2-2 tie.
Henley to Hill, in deep. Konechny and Abu Astley looking for it. Dug up at Hill. Quick shot right on. Moran has it. And there's Konechny looking to see if it's squeaking through the back of the goaltender, but it's not. Whistled down.
Well, nice little play on the down deep. Ottawa first to the puck. Tyler Hill with a good shot. Not a great angle, but with the traffic in front like it was, to get to the puck, comes right out to him here. And as he puts it through the net, goalie has a tough time putting it, like you said, Ed. Looks behind to see if it's there. But Tyler Hill, once he learns how to play a big man's game, I think he's going to be a real effective player, playing within his skill level and just playing and playing hard and getting to the front of the net.
Yeah, you said that about Stephen James and Tyler Grayevac as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You know,
but they never did. They never learned how to play their game within their bodies. You know, Stephen James is a perfect example of a guy that has had so much potential and just never progressed from a 16-year-old.
Here's Niagara. They've got the blue line. Steven Ayler. That's bounce into the corner. Kept onside by Perlini. Or not, that is. And Evan Guy trying to break it up. Does. Here's Konechny. He's got Hill on the other side. Evan Guy joins the rush. And Konechny goes for the pass. It's deflected over the net. And that's the end of his shift there for the forwards. They head off. Here's Wilkie. He brings it in on his own. Kept to the outside, but sharp angle shot. No problem there for Trudeau. Got a piece of it. And Ottawa on the loose puck. Fielding stood up at center by Verhaeghe, but Ottawa following up. It's Evan Guy. Gets it in deep. Salvatore for Bell behind the net. Tried to tuck it in short side. Still loose in front. And they're still banging away at it. Rolls into the corner. DeFruscia trying to clear it. And here we go. It's Bell and Wilkie. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Wilkie wanted it. You got to give him credit for standing up, but
good on Brendan Bell too for realizing that he was down and not going for the extra punches afterwards either.
I don't necessarily think he wanted to be involved in this. As he gets in front of that, Wilkie's playing harder on the puck's loose, so his job is to eliminate a man, and that's what he does. Goes a little beyond as he grabs him by the head, and as the play moves away, he sticks with it. You can see as soon as Bell lands that first bomb, which is right coming up here, you realize you ain't gonna throw another punch. This kid is down. And
the legs go rubbery in.
But it was the IceDogs penalty that was initially called, so it does look like the 67's will go to the power play.
Well, it comes with 4:42 to go in the second period. Face off in the IceDog zone to the right of Brent Moran. And the IceDogs win it, got it down on the ice. Davis and Lintuniemi Blandisi and Lintuniemi. And Blandisi's going to give it to Salutero across center. Still with it. Has to carry it in on his own. Drop it back to the point. Van Stralen trying to feed it through in the slot. Gustafsson shot. Oh, and they missed. They had half the net open. Just missed far side. Van Stralen trying to get it in front again. Kick back to the point. Lintuniemi down low. Back to Salutero, sideboards, traffic in front. Van Stralen ready for anything. Van Stralen behind the net, and Graham gets a hold of it and dumps it down the ice for the IceDogs. 45 seconds gone in the Ottawa power play. Lintuniemi takes a look. And Konechny lost the handle in the neutral zone. Here's Maleta. 2-on-1 with DeFruscia, and he lost the handle.
One too many stick handles there. If he moves that puck top of the circle instead of trying to go to his backhand, that's a little bit of a breakaway there for Niagara.
Here's Blandisi with a head of steam. Brings it into the zone, puts the brakes on. Blandisi cross ice. Oh, that deflected just wide of the net. Konechny back to the point. To the other point for Blandisi. They move it around. Konechny couldn't hang on to it. Up the point. And kept onside by Sloboda. Hill trying to sneak inside door, and his tip goes just wide. Is it me or does both teams seem to want to do the tip? Nobody wants to shoot. Konechny. Hill, his shot goes over the net. 11 seconds to go in the power play for Ottawa. Hill again coming out front, shot and a save by Hill, and Moran with a nice save, and he'll hang on. Hill seems to be stretching himself out this afternoon.
Who is Hill?
Hill.
Yeah, he has. He's been a little more, but he's been simple about his game. He's not trying to beat guys. Like here, a little bit of deflex. That's a tough shot coming across that way. But next time he comes off the boards here, doesn't try and beat a guy. He sees there's a little bit, you know, I'm in a good shooting area. Let's put it at the net hard. Moran making two really nice left pad saves. One on a shot from the opposite side, that one right there. So he, at this point, busy the two goalies and doing a good job of keeping his team in the game.
Guy down low, Studnicka. And Urbanek sneaking in from the point, and a save by Moran. And the penalty now over, kept onside by Guy. Winds and fires right on. And following up, Graham, another save. That one goes wide. They've had Moran down and out, unable to capitalize. It's the fourth line for Ottawa, creating some chances. There was a big hit behind the net, but Ottawa still keeping the pressure on. Now we got a penalty coming. And it doesn't matter how much you argue with the referee, it's not going to change his mind.
Still get two for holding the stick.
Yeah.
Trying to say he got caught in his equipment, but you can see he reached up and grabbed it. Either to take it out of his equipment, he still closed his hand on the blade, and refs saw that. That's what he saw and called him for two.
Unfortunately for Ottawa, these are the type of situations that get them into a lot of trouble. Offensive zone penalty, veteran player, 2:05 to go in a period, tie game. They're tough penalties sometimes to kill off.
And here's Salutero, short-handed. And kept to the outside, couldn't get the shot away. Extra shot, slow getting up.
Certainly looked pretty late.
Yeah. Now, it also certainly looked a little innocuous for the down and out Academy Award performance.
Yeah, but you can't hit a guy 5 seconds after he's given up.
Well, I understand that, but if you look at the Urbanek penalty, why is Mercer's stick up around his neck? You know, it's called high sticking. So
the yin and the yang, as Hanley said.
There you go. There you go. Less than a minute and a half to go here in the second period, tied at 2.
Well, here he is. He gets rid of the puck here. I see what you're saying, but you can't hit him. I mean, why is he hitting Salutero in that spot?
But what has Salutero? I mean, refs are sending out notes on players who embellish. They've been doing that for the last while. And last year we mentioned a couple times that this kid was doing it. I'm sure that that's going to come into play more and more and more, especially if he keeps doing things like that, where they call it as an actual call they're not going to make because of it.
You don't get the benefit of the doubt for sure.
Shots wide of the net for Hagee. Trying to get it through the slot, and it's Van Stralen there. He'll get it out. Now Blandisi's going to try and track it down, but he's not going to beat Mercer. Here comes Perlini. Shot right on. And Trudeau has it. Not a lot of rebounds from Trudeau this afternoon, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's done a much better job of controlling the puck today, and he's got his gloves on, quite a few of them, especially those long shots where he's not letting the body hit and trying to compress it into his chest. He's putting his gloves on, which is nice.
Well, the final minute of the second period. It's been an entertaining period as well. Lots of scoring opportunities both sides.
Ottawa's back in. They put up 14 shots so far in this period. 10 for Niagara, so they've got themselves shot-wise back in and territorial, and they've been in the offensive zone quite a bit in this period. I mean, except for the first 7 minutes where they were just not awake, it's been a pretty good hockey game.
Yeah. Dug out by Ottawa, and down the ice it rolls. Moran will just settle it down for Mercer. Here comes Niagara. Nice little move of the blue line, still with it. Shot, and Trudeau got a piece of it. Hitting. Sideboards to the point. Niagara moving it around. Here's Maletta down low. At the point. Graham's going to walk the line a bit. That shot's not going to get through, and here's Fielding. And Fielding. Long shot. No problem. Fielding still looking for it. Hard on his man. And the penalty now over. Bannock back out. Knocks the man off the puck, hitting. And that'll be how the second period's going to wind up. It might wind up a little animosity as well. Well, both teams have been willing to throw the body around, that's for sure.
And we have a tired team. Coming in shorter fuse, a little more stick work. Both teams start getting a little agitated, and then you start getting situations like this. There's a lot more yapping after the whistle.
Two's wild here at the Canadian Tire Centre after 2 periods of play tied into Ottawa and Niagara. You're watching First Choice Haircutters Ottawa 67's hockey on Rogers TV.
Welcome back inside the Canadian Tire Centre. Niagara and Ottawa still knotted up at 2 now after 2 periods of play, and the Wiener Dog race coming up. But you can only do it when the IceDogs, the Greyhounds, are in town, so we'll cover that. But right now we have the goal scorer right now for the IceDogs, Anthony DeFruscia, joining us. First of all, nice to get on the scoreboard a couple of times, especially for yourself as one of the leaders of the team. You guys are looking for your first win here and obviously leading by example.
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend for us, but we're trying to battle as best as we can, and just trying to do my best to help the team step up and hopefully get the win tonight.
Talk about your role on this team. You wear a letter on your sweater. You can see it. You got the nice towel interview look going on, which is good. But you wear a letter on your sweater, and you know, with guys like, of course, Ryan Strome and Dougie Hamilton and Brett Ritchie, a lot of the leaders gone. A new leadership group now in place in Niagara.
Yeah, well, we learned a lot from those guys last year. You know, Rich, Strome, I had the chance to play with them last year, and you know, they taught me a lot. So I'm just trying to show the younger guys this year what they showed me, and you know, hopefully they could pick up on it, and you know, they're the future, so hopefully they can just be the best they can.
Well, and you know, it's tough for some of the guys like yourself to come along. Those guys that were so good, I'm sure, in the room and on the ice, and you had a real veteran Niagara team the last couple of years, and with a lot of new faces. How difficult is it at the beginning of the season? I'm sure it's trips like this. I know you guys haven't won a lot so far. You've only played 3 games, but you know, when you have a chance like this to kind of bond and get away, that's got to be good for the group.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of the new faces this year, a lot of new rookies. So this gives us a chance to, you know, hang out in the hotel rooms and get to know each other a little bit better, and you know, it just makes us more, just helps us bond a little bit more. And
you have a young goaltender in there, an Ottawa boy. I know Brett Moran was looking forward to playing in this game. Yeah. So a nice chance for you here in the third period to maybe go out and win one for your team and your goalie.
Absolutely. You know, it's something special to come back home and play. I get the privilege of playing at home. So, you know, for Moran to start at home, you know, hopefully we can get the win for him, and you know, he could be proud of that.
Anthony DeFruscia, good luck in period at number 3, and I'm sure you'll be looking for the hat trick as well.
Thank you.
There goes the goal scorer for the Niagara IceDogs. He has both. Anthony DeFruscia for Niagara. It's 2-2 after 2 here on Rogers TV. Welcome back inside the Canadian Tire Center. It's the Wiener Dog race here, and some off to a bit of a slow start, but look at the ones at the bottom of the screen. At the top now, some stop short, but there is your winner. Dodger, the Wiener Dog. I just made that up, but Lever Sage back here with the manager of corporate partnerships, Sean Williams. And Sean, one of the great promotions here at the Canadian Tire Center with the Ottawa 67's.
I'm a little concerned, Lee. I think WC Field said never follow animals or children. So, you know, I think I'm in trouble right now for this interview.
But, you know, these are some of the fun things that people can expect when they come to 67's games, and you never know what event's going to be. And I know that there are a lot of people in the city that were looking forward to that Wiener Dog race.
It's one of my favorite ones as well, and, you know, certainly something that we're going to do on an annual basis. and always a fun one as well. People can check it out on YouTube as well, on our YouTube station that we have, or just Google Wiener Dog Race 67's, and you'll see some great ones from years past, and we got another great one to put up on YouTube again this year.
And there are some of the close-ups here of some of the Wiener Dogs in the race. One of the great spectacles here at the Canadian Tire Center.
If I'm not mistaken, Lee, I think that's the winner right there.
You just have to have the best food at the end of it, and I'm sure that gets you the winning Wiener Dog. Now, Sean, the Ottawa 67's, the Ottawa Red Blacks, Ottawa Fury FC, it's all coming here very, very soon, and it's all under one roof. And I think that's important for people to understand when you're looking for Red Black tickets, you're looking for Ottawa Fury FC tickets, and with the Ottawa 67's moving back into the Civic Centre as well.
Absolutely, Lee. It's one of the things that we're trying to make sure that the community is aware that OSEG goes across all 3 sports platforms. So whether it's Red Blacks, 67's, or Ottawa Fury FC, if you're looking to get, say for instance, seat reservation for the Red Blacks for next year or Fury FC, you can call 232-6767, a number familiar to a lot of fans, extension 1. If you want to come to a 67's game here at Canadian Tire Center this year, same number, 232-6767, extension 1. Any of our sales team folks will help you out. Make sure you get tickets for our hockey games or seat reservations for the Fury FC or the Red Blacks for next year. It's all under one roof.
Have you got the quarterback yet? I know you're in charge of making that decision.
I'll leave that to Marcel Desjardins and his staff. I have a tough enough time just getting my arm in the air without trying to throw a football, Lee.
Well, I think that's one of the great things about watching the CFL this year, is watching who might be the quarterback of the Ottawa Red Blacks. Sean Williams, Manager of Business Partnerships for the Ottawa 67's and for OSEG, all 3 groups. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Lee, as always.
And we'll show you more of the Wiener Dog race, but more importantly, we're going to show you some Ottawa 67 goals. This game is tied at 2, one of them from Taylor Fielding, here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to the Canadian Tire Center. Lever Stage downstairs in the bowels. Ed Hand, John Chabot upstairs 2-2 Niagara, Ottawa after 2 periods of play. And gentlemen, as we continue to talk about Sean Monahan, the 6th overall pick of the Calgary Flames, and obviously in Ottawa 67, people in this city and across the OHL wondering, is Sean Monahan going to be sent back? Well, a little bit of a development last night as the Calgary Flames made a trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs, bringing in Joe Colburn, the former first-round pick of the Boston Bruins, and he is a big center that obviously is going to get some sort of opportunity, probably either in the top 6 or the top 9 with the Calgary Flames here in the near future. And I'll ask both of you, starting with John, you know, how much you think that might affect a guy like Sean Monahan in the Flames thinking of being sent back here to Ottawa?
I think it all depends on Sean Monahan. I think if he shows that he's capable of playing at that level, they're going to keep him regardless, and especially for the first 9. I mean, they want to make sure that he either proves them right or proves them wrong. And they don't want to give him fourth line minutes, which is, you know, 6-7 minutes a game. They want to play him third line minutes, which is up to 10, 12, 14 minutes a game. And Colburn, depending how he does, you know, they're one of the teams in the league that have holes at center. So he might be slotted in to a top 6 position, whether he's ready or he's not ready. So I don't necessarily think it affects Sean as much as the 67s would hope. But in saying that, the Flames want to do what's best for their first rounder and best for their organization. I figure, and I would hope that if he's not ready to play strength-wise, because he does think the game well enough, as we've mentioned before, then they would bring him back to the junior ranks and let him dominate for a year.
And Ed, when you have a guy like Sean Monahan, I understand exactly what John's saying just about how his play doesn't affect whether you go out and get a Joe Colburn or not, but there's only so many minutes to play at the center position, and they are going to be logging some with Colburn now in Calgary. And we three had the discussion here before the broadcast just about the benefits of staying up, playing 12 or 14 minutes in the NHL, or coming back and maybe going to World Juniors. I think for Sean, probably so, and then maybe having a chance to be traded to a contender to get a real run during the playoffs to help his development.
I think that would probably be the better bet for him in terms of development. Coming back and dominate the World Junior trip would be very nice as well. And let's face it, Calgary is not going anywhere real fast. They're in the midst of a rebuild, and the last thing you want to do is put all that pressure on your first round pick from 2013.
Well, I think there's some interesting scenarios, obviously, with some real strong teams already in the Ontario Hockey League. And you look here to a Kingston, maybe, with an opportunity for a team in the East. If London ends up making the OHL final, they're hosting the 2014 Memorial Cup, so they have the automatic berth, and like what happened to Ottawa in 2005, or maybe a team like the London Knights, who have a very strong team but could always use some more depth, and with a player like Monahan, boy, you'd strengthen that. And the Calgary Flames, I think if he was sent back to junior, would think, okay, World Juniors and a real strong playoff run might be exactly what we saw from a guy, John, like Mark Scheifele of the Winnipeg Jets back to Barrie last year.
And it's all dependent where he goes. I mean, what kind of esteem they hold the organization in. I mean, some guys won't be sent back because they're going back to a situation where they don't think the player is going to learn or be held to a level of having to compete consistently and do the right things every night. So that always plays into it. If, you know, there's a discussion had that if we send him back, will you trade for him? And I'm sure those go on too. They don't want to have a future first, second liner for their team going back and wasting another year. Sean's already proven that he can play at a very high level in the O. You know, he's played at very well as a 16-year-old and 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, where now he's done it all except for winning a championship. They've did a run in the playoffs. He's centered the first and second lines as a young kid, and now is he ready to make that next step? And he's not allowed to go to the American League. What do? Do they send him back to junior to a middling team, or they try and pull some strings and get him traded to a big team?
Well, and those are the days right now for Sean Monahan, and all eyes in Ottawa, in Calgary right now with the Flames. Thanks, guys. Another edition of Game Notes done. Third period coming up, 2-2, Niagara and Ottawa here on Rogers TV.
IceDogs getting off to a very good start here on the power play. Anthony DeFrucia, but Taylor Fielding comes back to tie the game at 1 for the home side. Back to the power play and back to Anthony DeFrucia. Puts one past Philippe Trudeau, but a bit of a mistake here from Jesse Graham, and Joseph Blandisi ties the game. All the scoring happening in period number 1 in this game, and there you see the second period summary. No score. Shots 14-11. The Ottawa 67's outshot the Niagara IceDogs 24-20. The IceDogs lead in shots over Ottawa, but gentlemen, Ed Hand and John Shabbat, the 67's, the home side, find themselves in another tight game going into the third period. And that's been the story so far of this season through the first 3 games and now 2 periods.
Well, I think it's going to be that way all year long. Obviously, the compete level is higher than last year, and the talent and skill level a little higher than last year as well. And you take a look at who they've played. They've played Belleville, who lost a lot. You played North Bay, and Plymouth lost a lot. Tom Wilson still, and now Niagara again, who have lost a lot. So, you know, when you run into the powerhouse, let's see what happens. You know, next Friday is the Kingston Frontenacs in Kingston.
Yeah, the good thing is, though, is last year at this point, or even earlier on, they're playing against teams of their own level, and they weren't competing. I mean, they were getting beat by a couple goals at home, and it seems like they didn't want to be here. This year, to this point, it's early, but they're in the game because they deserve to be in the game.
Yeah, last year, the 9th place in the conference, Peterborough Petes came in and were up 8-1 27 minutes into the hockey game.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the games that are unacceptable for the home side. You're not playing powerhouses and you're getting blown out.
Here's Blandisi with a head of steam, and he's got Gustafson racing from the front. Nice save by Moran. Steered it right to the boards. There's a shot right on Moran again with the save. Van Strellen behind the net. Trying to protect the puck from Robinson. Trying to wrap around. Still loose. And it comes up the boards. Davis able to keep it in. Van Strellen behind the net. Trying to find a seam to get it out front. Oh, and Gustafson taken down. But Ottawa keeps the pressure on. Van Stralen and now Gustafson. And Gustafson shot again. Duchesne tried to get it. Duchesne was wide open for a nice clear shot. Now Fielding will try and track it around. Fielding's bouncing shot rolls into the corner, and Niagara clear it out to center. Evan Guy has it. There just seems a little more urgency in the Ottawa game right now. Shot right on by Salutaro, swatted away by Moran. And Fielding tried to catch up to his man, but Verhaeghe ices the puck. And face-off coming back to the IceDog zone.
Well, we mentioned earlier how young goalie Moran in the Niagara net had faced not so much of an onslaught, but pretty well nothing for the first 8 minutes of the game. Second shot went in, fourth shot went in, but he's really settled down nicely here. 20 of the last 20 shots, he's made some very nice saves, making difficult saves seem rather easy because of his placement, his ability to read the play.
Sloboda watched back into his zone with Tuyemi. Just gets it out over the blue line. Salutaro going after his man. The bouncing puck into the Ottawa zone. Here's to Frucia. Still with it, back to the point. Long shot, and Trudeau has it. No rebound. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the third.
The out-of-town scoreboard that we have for you, brought to you by the Holiday Inn. Everything you need for a great stay. Guelph continues to lead London. Kosmachuk, Dickinson have goals there over the Knights. Kingston leads Plymouth 2-1. Kujawinski has the go-ahead goal there. And Pencil's got a couple in that Mississauga-Sudbury game. He's already got 5 on the year.
Bell looking for that puck. Siebenhaler for Niagara. Can't clear it. Kept onside by Ottawa. Dancing in front. And try to go short side. And Moran tight to the post. Another face-off in Niagara territory. Bell chatting with DeFrucia.
Bell chats with anybody who will even sort of pretend to listen. DeFruscia didn't even acknowledge him, and he still was talking to him like they were having a full-fledged conversation. And now he's trying to get his attention on the bench.
Kept onside by Ottawa. Hill behind the net. And now dug out by Niagara, and they're out across center. Long shot steered away by Trudeau. Back out front. Passes everybody, and Hill grabs it for Ottawa. He's across center, trying to drag and split the D. And Morin gave it to Graham. Now it's dug out by Niagara, and here's Hiddink. He's across center. He's got the blue line, and he'll lose the handle. Evan Guy being watched. Finds Abu Astley on the other side of center, tips it in. Hill in there looking for the puck. He'll head off on a change. Not dumps it in. Trudeau's going to bring it around. And Niagara unable to keep it onside. Siebennailer, all kinds of hassle from Graham. And we got a penalty. Whoa, that might actually cause another penalty. Holding the call on Connor Graham. Coming in late, Mac Lemon gave him a bump, but nothing coming from that. So Graham off to the box.
An over-exuberant penalty here. He wanted so much to get that puck. He thought he had a chance, and he just a little too much.
Yeah, and that's sometimes when you don't get a lot of shifts and you're out there to make an impression, you just get a little bit over anxious. That's a tough spot for youngsters, isn't it, John?
Yeah, and you know what? They've done such a fine job, such a good job, the fourth line. They spent the majority of their shifts in the offensive zone, cycling the puck, getting some shots, and to come out now and get a penalty 160 feet away from your net is tough for the coaches to see, let alone the players.
And before last game, we were sitting around some of the players who weren't playing for the 67's, and we just happened to be mentioning first-round picks like Tom Wilson, Stefan Nason, and Ryan Hartman of the Plymouth Whalers, and Connor Graham jumped in there. Well, don't forget Ricard Raquel either, one of the guys that knows what's happening in the game and knows the players in the league, wants to be a part of it, and a real intelligent young man, and certainly is into what's happening here in the Ontario Hockey League. You want guys like that to do well.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, we've mentioned Aaron a couple times. He's seen some power play time today. He's killed penalties. I mean, he's played more than he has. He wasn't even dressed last game. So, he's a good little player, and he's been effective.
Ottawa able to clear it out and down the ice. Morin will leave it, and Graham's going to wind up from his own zone. Dishes off. And Perlini lost the handle. Van Stralen up on the forecheck, creating some havoc. IceDogs still trying to get out of their own zone. Now they will. And Davis will dump it right back. Up on the forecheck, Blandisi. Mercer, pass ahead. Here's Perlini. Drops it back. Verhaeghe trying to track it down. Broken up by Ottawa. Kept onside though by Niagara. Mercer for Verhaeghe trying to get the shot. Broken up nicely by Davis in the slot. Now he wants that puck. Here's Davis. Long shot right on. Morin steers it to the boards. And Ottawa able to catch that puck in the neutral zone. Dump it right back. DeFruscia giving Sloboda a rough ride at the blue line. And Siebennailer spinning away from Salutaro. Good penalty kill here by Ottawa. Salutaro takes the puck away. Tried to get it back to his defenseman, but broken up by Robinson for Niagara. Now they're back in the Ottawa zone. 20 seconds to go to the power play. And that gets out over the blue line all the way down to Brent Morin. Sloboda heading off. Some fresh legs out. Last few seconds of this power play ticking away. Niagara, it's Maleta, gets across the boards, or the blue line, and dumped right back by Ottawa. And a penalty now over. And Graham out there trying to force the issue. Broken up by Studnicka. Urbanik in there, dodging around, trying to get the puck back. They get it to the point. And it's cleared up on Niagra. Now Ottawa tracks it down in their own zone. Graham gets it in deep again. Vanek gives his man a rough ride. Here's Siebenhaler. Coast to coast. Dropped it back. Henley with him. McCool. Cross ice broken up by Ottawa. Here's Connor Graham. Shorthand. Breakaway. Oh, what a save by Moran. Nice save by Moran. How bad would have Graham wanted that one? Especially coming off that penalty kill. Drop back to the point. Nobody home. Abu-Asili and Konechny couldn't hang on to it. There's Niagra. Hughes, long shot, deflected wide. That's going to bounce right to Trudeau. Out of his reach now. He couldn't hang on to it. Now Duchesne. McCool's going to battle with him for the puck. Hughes takes a look. He's got Fitzmaurice in front. And there's Fitzmaurice. Can't get the shot away. And Trudeau smothers that puck. We'll get a face-off. Almost 7 minutes gone here in the third. Tied at 2.
Well, nice play by Chris Byrne to put this fourth line out. That penalty kill, he put the other two guys on to kill the last 20 seconds. And out of that, we get this nice breakaway chance. Good read in the defensive zone to intercept that pass. Unfortunately, can't put it home, but little confidence built there by Chris Byrne towards his fourth line, realizing they played a very strong game, and aberration there, the penalty didn't cost them and put him right back out in the ice.
Ooh, that went off the side of the net and out of play.
You're right, John. He came right off the penalty. He was coming to the bench, and I think he was almost stunned a little bit. The coach said, get right back out there. So a real nice little shift there for Connor Graham. I know he didn't score, but the referee's talking about where this puck's going to be, and they all come together here to say that it did not go out. But it's little things like that, John, isn't it, that gives young kids confidence.
Big time. Yeah. And you're looking how he's handling his young first rounder, and he's getting less ice time, but he's getting meaningful ice still. And I mean, bring him along slowly, let him build.
Nevin Guy, weak shot just wide. Deflected in front. Glorious opportunity playing DC, and Gustafson had a couple of IceDogs all tied up. Boy had an opportunity at a pretty clean shot at the net. Mercer rubs Gustafson off the puck, but here's Van Stralen trying to come out front. Bouncing puck. Oh, it goes right through the crease. The net's off its moorings, and it's whistled down. Face-off coming outside. Boy, the Ottawa 67 certainly applying a lot more pressure on the Niagara IceDogs as this game goes on.
They have a middle of the second period. Really, after the first 8 minutes, they started getting back in the game. Since the middle of the second period, they really dominated, especially, loose pucks and puck battles. And look at this instance here, Van Stralen trying to drive the net. I don't know if it would have counted because the net was so far off, but if the ref hadn't seen it, who knows?
Siebenhaler trying to bring it in, does. And then it's taken away by Sloboda. Settles down behind the net, takes a look. Verhaeghe keeping an eye on him. 67's across center, and that's about it. DeFruscia breaks that up. And Sloboda, nice attempt to break up that pass. It's dumped in. Trudeau lets it go. Ooh. Mikulovic runs right into Salutaro. Salutaro heading off. And then Tuniemi went over to have a chat with him. And now it's dug out by Niagara. And Ottawa's right there to dump it right back in. That fourth line for Ottawa is out again. Urbanic, Graham, and Studnicka. And tipped as far as center. DeFruscia there to dump it right back. And that'll be an icing call. Face-off coming.
Fans, I have a winning 50-50
Well, last game we talked having a new goaltender with new defensemen. Sometimes it's a conversation that has to happen. Well, here, puck goes behind the net. And you can hear him as he's playing it. The D yells, leave it. He just leaves the puck. Quick breakout. The 67s are right out of the zone instead of him maybe playing it or putting it in the wrong area, and there's a turnover. So already there's been an improvement in their defenseman and goalie communication.
Graham and Urban side of the net, still loose. Boy, this line has certainly given Niagara all they can handle. And Duchesne racing to get back. Here's Robinson, keeping Robinson to the outside, centered out front, but Davis there for Ottawa. And the 67s, they're across center. They got the Niagara blue line still with it, trying to drive for the front. Robinson runs his man hard off the puck. Here's Hill trying to cross in front, loses it. And Maleta trying to track it down. Evan Guy stays with him, drops it back, shot. And Trudeau with the save, rolls behind the net. It was Hayden. And DePrusha again, shot steered away by Trudeau. Hill with a little setup for Konechny. Konechny crossing in front, can't get the shot away. Now Verhaeghe, but Hill's going to beat him back to the puck. Brought in by Perlini. Perlini making a couple of moves, and Sloboda there to break it up. They keep it in. Shot and a save by Trudeau. Konechny in the corner. We've got a penalty coming. 9:47 to go in the third, tied at 2. Let's get down to ice level and Lieber Sage.
Well, thanks very much, Ed. In a tie game, Joseph Blandisi, one of the key players for Ottawa. And you want to know how important he is as the guy that's logging the first center minutes for this team? Well, you go back to the home opener, season opener, late in the third after Ottawa raised a 2-goal deficit. The winning goal from Joseph Blandisi, and Ottawa wins 5-4. Then against North Bay, well, he kicks the feet from under one of the battalion player, gets a slew footing penalty, misses all of that game and all of Friday night. In a 2-2 third period game late, the Plymouth Whalers find the winning goal and beat Ottawa. They just couldn't find that next step. Well, today Blandisi's back in the lineup, and he has the tying goal again. And we've mentioned a lot less of the name of Travis Konechny. That's not a bad thing. Konechny was playing big minutes while Joseph Blandisi sat in the stands for almost 2 games. Blandisi's back. He's got the bigger minutes. And for Travis Konechny, as John talked about, he's kind of fit back into his third-line center minutes and a little bit of protection for the youngster playing his 4th ever Ontario Hockey League game.
Yeah, it just seems Ottawa's got a little more spark here with Blandisi in the lineup. Trying to get it out front. Van Stralen. Gustafson, Salvatore, then Tuniemi, and Graham trying to clear the zone. They can't. Down low. Salvatore in the slot, trying to come in front, still loose. And just out of the reach of Blandisi, and it's cleared out by Niagara. 30 seconds gone, and the Niagara penalty. Here's Gustafson, picks it up on the fly. Cross ice, shot deflected just wide, steered it to the boards. Ottawa's on it. Down low. And it's just over the blue line, and Blandisi will have to start it again. Perlini watching him, and there's a big collision at the blue line. Mikulovic. And cleared out by Niagara. A minute gone, a minute to go in the power play. 8:45 to go here in the third, tied at 2. We haven't seen a goal since the first period. Now Fielding bowls it in. Konechny looking for it. Comes around, kept onside, back to the point. Guy, cross ice for Konechny in the corner. Now out at the point, down low for Fielding. Bell. And Fielding tried to get that pass, and it's cleared out by Niagara. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Maybe one too many passes, not enough shots. Here comes Evan Guy. Gonna lug the puck in, cross ice. Bell trying to get a hold of it, and Niagara does, and they dump it down the ice. Penalty now over. DePrusha back out. Tipped in by Graham. And he's going hard after his guy. That's Hayden in there. Helping out Studnicka, and keeps the puck in. Siebenhaler clearing the zone, gets it out to center. Ottawa there waiting for the puck. Cross ice, Studnicka dumps it in. Graham looking for it. Hayden. And Urbanek in a collision there in the corner. Ottawa with it in the slot. Oh, and Graham wasn't ready for the shot. Hayden clears it out. And whistled down.
Well, power play, we've talked earlier, is a 5-man unit, and sometimes you've got to give up your shot to create something else. Here, Salvatore drives that net. He opens up that seam behind him. Yes, it's a good scoring chance, but Blandisi was coming right into the slot, and that's where Van Strillen was looking. If he does that and they start working as a unit, it's a work in progress, you'll see a lot more good quality scoring chances than what they're getting right now.
Well, there you see Dante Salaturo, but guys, it's a double game day here at the Canadian Tire Center.
That it is.
67's and IceDogs, and at 7:30 tonight, the last preseason game, Ottawa and the New York Islanders. That's a split squad game because the other half of both teams in Barrie at the Molson Center tonight. So you have Ottawa, New York, Ottawa, New York.
All right.
So
it's almost like spring training.
Yeah. As the teams get ready for the Senators,
we've got Grapefruit League weather.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's beautiful.
Wow. The Friday night opener in Buffalo coming up this week, and a tough start. They're in Buffalo, in Toronto, and then they go out west and don't come back home. So game number 7, the Ottawa Senators, their home opener against New Jersey, I believe on the 17th. So a bit of a difficult way to start the year, and we'll get our final look tonight here at the Canadian Tire Center. Good on the staff here for getting the building ready in a quick turnaround.
Yeah, no kidding. It's going to be it's going to be an adventure.
Yeah, they'll be pushing us out real quick.
Well, under 7 minutes to go here in the third for Haggy to take the face-off against Blandisi, and he'll kick it back to Sloboda. Kicks it ahead. Here's Gustafson trying to bring it in. Mercer keeping him to the outside. Gustafson trying to find some room. Still with it. And Lintuniemi couldn't keep it in. It's a foot race, and it's Perlini. Perlini, weak shot wide. And that shot goes wide, comes out the other side. Niagra on the puck. Keep it on side. Deflected in front. Perlini with it. Still with it. For Haggy behind the net. Traffic to Fruscia. Oh, second effort, he missed the net. They had Trudeau going one way and half the net. Blandisi chips it past Mercer. Van Stralen behind the net. Scores! Joseph Blandisi. That's the only place that puck could have gone, and it's 3-2 Ottawa. Wow, what a shot.
Well, that's the difference between being 6'2" and being 6'6". That same shot would hit Trudeau in the shoulder, and there, Moran goes down a little bit early and leaves that right side post a little bit open. And Blandisi gave him a lot of time here, and he walks in, and you can see the goaltender already down and puts it right under the bar stick side.
And we told you, 3 or 4 minutes ago that Joseph Blandisi made a difference into the lineup. Well, he certainly has now.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know what? You could see it on Friday night, too.
Oh, yeah. And they missed the speed. And on Friday and in this game, there's 2 guys, forwards, that can, create their own space, have the speed coming through the neutral zone right now, and that's Blandisi and Konechny. And for Ottawa, they dearly missed number 19 out of the lineup for basically the last 2 games.
Konechny on the puck. Winding up from his own zone, gets past the defenseman, goes and runs McCool off it, tries to get it in front. Abuasili back to the point. Henley fans on it, and Niagara clear the zone. Hill using that big body to bring it in. Hill still with it in front. Oh, and a pass behind Abuasili. What a glorious chance there for Ottawa. Abuasili trying to get a hold of it. And it's dug out by Hughes. Henley takes a look. He'll get the puck. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the third. Ottawa up by 1. And Hill, slow roller as he heads off on a change, and fresh legs out for Ottawa. And hitting, get offside. Knock got tangled up with Duchesne. Faceoff comes outside the blue line.
This is where it's tough for a team that's been on the road all weekend long, like the IceDogs have, to find some more energy here in the last 4 minutes. Played Friday night, Saturday night.
Of course, Saturday night on the international ice surface, too.
Yeah, it's a tough trip. It's a tough trip.
That it is. Yep.
When teams have to go, they usually come either to Kingston Friday, Belleville Saturday, Ottawa Sunday, or sometimes they do Peterborough on Thursday, Belleville or Saturday, and Ottawa Sunday. But it's tough when they come in here for sure.
Yeah. Mercer chips it back to Siebenhaler. Studnicka pushing him back. Hitting, trying to find some room, just gives it away to Duchesne, and he'll dump it in. Otto on it. Here's Urbanek looking for it. Mercer behind the net. And in there is Salvatore throwing the body around. Bell ducks the hit, gets it down low. And it's cleared out. And down the ice, Sloboda racing to get to it. Makes a nice move. Here's Hitting, dug it out. Back to the top of the slot. And missing, it's Robinson. Here's Fielding. He's got a goal in this game. Good battle along the boards here. Bell in there to help out for Ottawa as well. They'll chip it behind the net. Bell's going to get there first. Siebenhaler watching him. Now Fielding. He's got Salvatore in front. He'll peel off behind the net. Now here's Salvatore behind the net. Oh, tried to center it behind Bell. And Evan Guy will track it down in the neutral zone. Salvatore, that's out of the reach of Moran. And Verhaeghe trying to get a hold of it. Here comes Niagara. They've got the blue line. Verhaeghe with it. He's got Graham. Drops it back. Broken up by Van Stralen. Van Stralen still with it. Oh, almost had Blandisi for a break. And Moran will hang on. And Blandisi draws a crowd, but he probably said something.
Well, you got to watch out. There he blows snow on the goaltender goes by, and that's sometimes called as a sportsmanlike conduct. And here you see a good interception and good tries that goes through here. But watch when he gets near the net. And the refs have called this more recently and not where it has happened where it started a fight, and the next game these players have been put in the box for 2 minutes.
Well, there you see Ottawa bouncing back. The shots on goal, Niagara leading 33-30, brought to you by the trailing edge. But after one, the shots on goal were 13-6 in favor of Niagara. So Ottawa really climbing back into it in the second and third. Studnicka behind the net, Verhaeghe tying him up. And DeFrucci's going to try and get out there, but they get it to Van Stralen in the slot shot. Moran with the save, and it rolls to the corner. And that'll get past Duchesne, and then Duniemi's going to have to race back and get rid of it as DeFrucci was closing the gap quickly. Cleared out by Ottawa. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the third period. And Duniemi takes his man to the boards, but Duchesne goes down, tied up with Perlini in there to help Van Stralen. Verhaeghe looking as well. We'll keep an eye on Moran to see if he's going to head for the bench for the extra attacker. He's in front, and Ottawa comes up with it, doesn't get through. Aaron Hayden heads for the bench. He's clutching his face for some reason. Here's Siebenhaler, poke check nicely by Fielding. And the loose puck grabbed by Sloboda. Davis pass ahead. Tipped in. Bell ducks the hit. And loose. Oh, right in the slot. Salvatore digging away. Bouncing puck. Is it in or what? No. There's a lot. There's more players than puck in there, that's for sure.
Boy, Salvatore got absolutely demolished into the net. And it's one of those situations that there are a lot of bodies there, but watch what happens when he comes into the left post here, right here and just crams his head onto the top of the crossbar.
What a good save by Moran there. Again, you look at the puck. Look where it lands as it comes back down.
Oh.
The ref was right. Yeah, he didn't cover it though. He just kind of swept it. Which is okay. He didn't cover the puck. He can play with
yeah,
the
but
hand
under
as
the
long as he
rule,
don't
if he
cover it.
sweeps it and one of his players touches it, isn't that?
Well, is it in right there?
Oh,
And,
that's in.
and you know what? They're going to go upstairs and look for it. And I think
that's in.
the puck.
Right there, look, you see it just crosses the line past that stick right there.
There you go.
It's awfully, it's close, but it does look like it's white. So
yeah.
That could have been you're right. If they're making that call, that would have been a penalty shot or
yeah. Well, the referee, I think, looking for the puck, might have not seen that, but it does look like the puck's in. So there is a sliver of white. It's both teams preparing right now. Like it's not in the net, but I think they're going to wake up here and realize,
no goal.
Boy.
I guess they must have a different video. But that was all started from a great forecheck. Second effort. Niagra goes back, lifts the stick, and from that point on, it was a free-for-all. And you can see the puck here comes down as it lands right.
Yeah.
That's a, you know what?
It's obviously very close, but there's not conclusive evidence that there's white in between.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as close as it's going to get. It looked like that puck was in the net.
Well, this all happens with a minute to go in the third period and a one-goal game. Ottawa's pushed back. 2 goals for Blandisi, 1 for Fielding.
And both goalies have played very well this afternoon. I mean, 3-2 game, over 30 shots each.
Yeah. Well, and I think for the Ottawa 67's, they haven't given up an even strength goal in the game. They've only given up 2 even strength goals in the last 3 games. So when they're staying out of the box and killing penalties, they're okay.
Well, you just looking for when the penalty parade pretty well stopped early in the second period. Yeah, you could tell. And Niagra get it all the way down the ice. We'll keep an eye. Moran, that's an icing call. So we'll bring it right back.
That looked like a little bit of a set play off that draw where left-handed he went back to get it and shot it up the same boards, but Niagara Ford, I don't know which one it was, didn't get Perlini, I think didn't get to the spot in time or didn't read the play quick enough. Right back in their own zone with a waste of 7 seconds.
Same set play.
Yeah, and now they have it.
And he got tangled up with the ref skates. Now Fielding's on. He's going to go for his skate, and Moran's off to the bench, and we've got the extra attacker out for Niagara. And it's a slow roller. Graham is on it in his own zone. Time ticking away here. Last 30 seconds of the third period. Niagara looking for the equalizer. Nice job by DeFruscia to keep it onside. He's got 2 already in this game. Perlini centered for Hagee, looking for it. Drops it back. Shot. And a save by Trudeau, and that loose puck dumped out and down the ice. And just wide of the net. 9.4 seconds to go here in the third. Ottawa 9.4 seconds away from their second victory of the year.
Good, that wasn't necessarily a try for a goal. That was just get the puck out of the zone. That was right in the slot. Had been there for about 10 seconds. And you got to clear it out of there. He does a good job of getting her out.
And nice job to break up the pass. Bouncing puck in the slot. And Ottawa comes up with it.
Good play to get her deep, though. It's never a bad play to get it deep.
Yeah. And there you go. Philippe Trudeau with his first victory in the Ontario Hockey League. And the Ottawa 67's with a third period goal and a 3-2 victory over the Niagara IceDogs. On behalf of Labor Sage, John Chabot, and the entire crew, I'm Ed Hand. Thanks for watching First Choice Haircutters Ottawa 67's Hockey on Rogers TV.